Welcome to the Sunday card and rune reading. I'm Jenny Florence. Welcome back to those of you who are following my readings, and welcome to anyone who is new. Guys, thank you so much for your likes, your shares, for subscribing. You guys have been amazing. Now, for those of you that are following my readings, you'll see this is a little bit different, but I was called in meditation in preparation for this to do something a little bit different. My Sunday rune and card readings, which bring weekly guidance, we usually have 3 readings. Today I was called to do 4 to align them with the energy of the 4 directions. We have the direction of the east, the energy of the eagle, of new beginnings, signified by this beautiful feather that was gifted to me. The energy of the south. We have the return of innocence, of children, of those coming into the world, of new souls waiting to approach. And we have this beautiful rose quartz crystal sitting with this energy of this particular reading. We have the energy of the west, the energy of the bear, of hibernation, of going into the cave, of observing ourselves, of reflection, of hibernation, very relevant to those of us that are in the northern hemisphere as we come into the autumn and head into winter. Again, we have this beautiful energy of white sage, cleansing, renewal. Lovely space of reflection. And the energy of the north, we have a black obsidian mirror here, the energy of wisdom, of insight. We have the guardianship of our ancestors sitting in the north, those who love and guide us. So, as I said, very different feel to the readings, but that's what I was drawn to do. So as always, guys, see which of the readings is speaking to you. It may be more than one. And we will actually be starting, I'm hearing, so reading 1 will be the south. For those of you that are connected in with any kind of sort of shamanic practices, we would, depending on where you are in the world, you might enter the circle in a different space. But today we're going to enter this circle, this sort of wheel of energy in the south. So the south will be our first reading. The west will be our second. The north will be our third, and the east will be the fourth. So connect in if you have a particular question. Sit with that question and allow the energy of your question to resonate before choosing which reading to connect with. As always, guys, there may be more than one that draws you, in which case listen to that. Now, these readings are for weekly guidance. We've just literally, we are still sitting in the energy of the new moon in Libra, which took place yesterday. So guys, again, new moon's wonderful time to be setting intentions. So if you have any questions or you're seeking clarity in any area of your life to do with stuff that you are wanting to co-create, to manifest, the energy of that new moon is very present here. I think it's partly why we've been asked to do something very different this week. So again, connect in with that beautiful harmonious Libran energy of this new moon in terms of seeking guidance, if that's really relevant for you. So on the screen you'll see the timings for reading 1, reading 2, reading 3 and reading 4. So guys, you can fast forward to whichever of those readings is calling to you, or of course connect in with more than one if that feels right. So much love, guys, so much love. Welcome to reading number 1, the energy of the south, the refinding of hope, of new life, of new vision, of the energy of the being able to look at life through the innocence and eyes of a child, through the eyes of discovery, of creativity, lovely gentle energy. And we have the rune of partnership. This is a really beautiful energy, this rune. So partnership is around you, guys, and this rune asks you to be mindful, to not collapse yourself into emerging within relationship. It asks you to be mindful of your own autonomy in relation to others. We are, of course, there is no separateness between us if we really connect into ourselves energetically with all others. We are a collective humanity. But within partnership, you are asked not to become emotionally entangled with the other person. Sometimes this can signify a personal relationship, the new beginning of a relationship, and sometimes it can signify a business partnership. But partnership is around you. The energy of partnership is around you, and we have the card of Lovers, of choices. Okay, a card of choices, a card of negotiation, and a card of victory. Okay, that's a really, really nice sort of flavour to it. Fourth house, roots. And actually, I'm just going to see if I put my rune up here in terms of keeping everything into camera for you guys so we can see everything. Kind of hearing that we'll place these here. Okay, Cancer, I feel. Right, guys. Talk about your feelings, listen to your feelings, whatever choices you're needing to make. I feel that there is some sort of negotiation or even possibly a compromise for some of you that's needing to be made, but there is the absolute possibility of navigating that successfully, and you are really going to receive validation and acknowledgement for the way in which you negotiate this decision, making all this compromise. Trust your inner feelings, trust your emotions. They won't lie to you. Your mind will lie, but your emotions never will. Trust your intuition in terms of the choices that you are making, and allow your emotions and your feelings to guide you. There is this interesting card of roots here, the energy of putting down roots. Guys, are you debating, some of you debating in terms of whether or not to make a commitment to someone? Are you trying to navigate how that might be, or are you navigating some personal situation? I'm going to say that has its roots in your roots. There is an energy here that is, it's as though something of where you have come from is something of where you've come from, some almost like an inheritance. There's something connected to feeling like you belong. That's what's coming through here. So some aspect, for some of you it may be that some aspect of your past surfaces through relationship this week. I mean, this is a card of weekly guidance, although setting intentions, if we're setting intentions, we often have to somehow be aware of our roots so that our intentions become very clear and we're not shadowed by the past. But yeah, listen to your feelings. This is a time to allow your emotions and feelings to guide you. But that now I'm understanding this card of roots. The message is coming through now. So listen to your feelings, but try to notice there's a difference, okay, between... anyone will know that the scars that remain from the past, the stuff that colours us, it's not just to do with thinking patterns and beliefs. It's to do with emotions. Anything that is blocking us, whenever we look through the lens of the past, it's the emotional stuff that still stays with us. You are being asked to navigate through your feelings and connect to your emotions, but be aware of which emotions are creating perceptions or patterns of negotiation that come from the past. It's almost like discerning and getting the difference between your feelings that are relevant to the present and are there to guide you and steer you in your compromises and negotiations within relationship, as opposed to the kind of feelings and emotions that are there because they stem from past experiences, and you're being asked to identify the difference. So is the way I'm feeling connected to really what's going on right now, or is it connecting me to some past experience that's left a residue that is therefore colouring my ability to see clearly and make decisions effectively? That's the difference, and that's what you're being asked to do. In noticing that difference, that awareness allows you to navigate something with real clarity and with absolute regard for the well-being of all parties. And you really do receive the acknowledgement and validation for being able to process this negotiation from a position of awareness. It's really known and recognised. Really lovely energy here in terms of navigating something within relationship in a very powerfully good way. Awesome reading, guys. Do please check in the information box below for information on how to win a free private reading with me. If that is of interest to you, you will need to subscribe and of course press the little bell icon. That way you will also get notification of all of the readings I do. So guys, so much love to you. Welcome to reading number 2. The energy of the West, a space of reflection, a space of internal travelling. So our rune is the rune of separation, the rune of retreat. Very interesting energy given the flavour of the West, that internal space of reflection. This rune says that old skins must be shed, ways of being that no longer serve you need to be let go of. It sometimes suggests retreat, it sometimes suggests withdrawal, very much in tune with the energy of the West. It may be appropriate, guys, for some of you to be really taking time for reflection. This is retreat, not in a negative way where we are retreating in a defensive manner, but retreating in order to reflect, to increase our awareness, to allow ourselves the possibility of self-care, really, in order to then emerge again. Sometimes this signifies literally the letting go of something. It can be the letting go of a relationship, even the letting go of possessions in some way. Sometimes it signifies a house move in some way, that kind of stuff. But it's, real property connects in with this rune. But something that is coming to an end, very appropriate for the energy of the West. You are needing to look at yourself. It's interesting. So there's quite clear double message with this card, and I'm just connecting in. Sometimes this card suggests that there is someone in your world. If you are needing to move beyond a relationship, it may be that person hasn't been terribly healthy. This can be a card of suggests there's somebody who's a bit narcissistic around you. Sometimes this card actually asks you to really, really take time to look at yourself. And alongside this card of this lovely feminine energy, the card of the lioness, I would say if you are being asked to literally look after yourself, there is a process of letting go here and a process of forgiveness. That may be forgiveness of yourself, it may be forgiveness of someone else. But there is some process that is coming to an end. Some element of your journey is coming to an end, and you are being asked to allow that. It's like could you please gently let it go? That's what I'm hearing. Gently let it go and allow yourself to connect in with this wonderful cleansing. Sometimes we try to cling to things for all sorts of reasons. Change is difficult for us, but there is a letting go that is required here. And it is an energy that cleanses you in the process, though it's a challenge at times to recognise that. But do please look after yourselves. There's an element of this reading that is both look at yourself, look after yourself, and forgiveness. For some reason, forgiveness is very much around. Interesting, we have two cards. Jupiter returns and Saturn returns. Both, the energy of a return is that we've completed a cycle. When a planet sort of returns to its space at our time of birth, its space, its own position in your natal chart, a cycle of some sort has come to a completion. Jupiter returns suggests that there is a benefit, whatever you are needing to let go of and to move on from, there is a benefit to it. This is the right thing to be happening. Saturn return it's a time of evaluation. When we reach our Saturn returns, we are often really called energetically, naturally, our life circumstances emerge around us in ways that call us to reflect, to really take stock of where we are, travel into the cave of reflection. For that process to be complete, we need to both look at ourselves, we need to be involved in self-care, and there is often some element of, to say, grieving involved in moving forwards in order to lay things successfully to rest. But yeah, this energy of separation, of what I would call healthy retreat, that is the energy that is around, with very clear messages here. There's purpose, there is benefit to this. This is a time of shift and change with purpose. Do please reflect, and do please look after yourselves. Guys, for those of you that are already following my readings, thank you. But if you are new to my channel, do check out the additional stuff that's available for you free of charge. It's in the information box below. And if you would like to be in the running to win a free private reading, you can find out how to do that in the information box there as well. So much love to you guys. Look after yourselves. Welcome to reading number 3, The Energy of the North, this stunning, beautiful piece of black obsidian in its natural formation. They do say that when we look into an obsidian mirror, we will see an absolute reflection of ourselves. And beautiful, beautiful energy, beautiful way of travelling and journeying. If it's the energy of this allows you to travel inwards, it brings huge insight. Again, very relevant to the North and the wisdom of our ancestors. So guys, we have the rune of wholeness. I mean, that's a powerful energy to be sitting in the presence. I'm going to place this rune up here next to this beautiful piece of obsidian. So the rune of wholeness, this is the journey of the spiritual warrior, the journey into wholeness, the way in which, I guess it's almost like our life purpose, where we came here. We come here to constantly emerge, to evolve, to grow, always in service of discovering a greater connectedness to the universal energy of which we all are a part. Very powerful rune. It suggests that there is energy available to you, life force available to you. Massive, massive energy. It's quite an interesting, in terms of self-realization, it sometimes suggests that you may need to withdraw. It's not withdraw, it's withdraw from other people. It's like, what I'm hearing is, don't share every aspect of your evolution at this stage with everybody. You know how if you talk to 10 different people, you'll get 10 different perspectives on what you should do. This is actually a time to center yourself in your own position of what you know and where you are on your own journey. This is a very powerful rune of transformation in your own evolution. Interestingly, we have the Knight of Swords, which would suggest that something outside of you is going to happen, or there's an external event or circumstance that is causing you to have to evaluate or to change course or to do something differently. Yeah, this is wonderful. New energy, decisions need to be made, but travel into your cave. Some of you may well already be in your cave. You may be doing this kind of level of journeying within you because of something that's happened. And you may almost be ready to emerge this week. So, but yet there's a healing involved in this as well. And there is energy available to you to process something. And wow, guys, new beginnings. When you emerge from this space of reflection. Yeah, what I'm actually hearing, I think, in this reading, those of you that are connecting in with it, I think this has already happened. Something has happened outside of you in your external world, and it's caused you genuinely to travel inwards, to reflect, to really process the experience. It's like traveling inwards and connecting spiritually in order to seek the answer. You're ready to emerge, you're ready to come out, you're ready to take a risk. You are coming from a position of greater wholeness, greater integration. So we have 8th house, endings, beginnings, and Neptune, sacrifice. Okay, guys, so very, very interesting. Whatever has taken place, it feels as though some loss was involved. You've had to let something go or someone go, and you've really had to think about this. I think you may well still be in that process, and it feels like a risk. It always feels like a risk when we have to step into the new, but this is happening with purpose, and I think you know it at a core level. You know that whatever it is you are needing to let go of, there is purpose to it. Energy of sacrifice, it can have many different meanings, but you are also asked not to be self-sacrificing. There's a difference between letting something go because we know it's the right thing to do, and it sort of creates a completion and an ending, but it allows us to step into a new beginning. There's a difference between that and feeling self-sacrificing, where there's a sort of a bit of a flavour of like almost like martyrdom around it. It's like you need to let go cleanly, and you need to let go because you've processed this experience appropriately and you've gained the learning in terms of integrating the learning into your wholeness. There's profound transformation in this reading, huge new opportunities, but they are opportunities that allow you to walk a pathway that is far more in alignment with the calling of your soul. Very powerful time for you guys, those of you that are connecting in with this reading, very, very powerful time for you. So much love to you guys. Do please check in on the details in the information box below if you want to know how to be in the running to win a free private reading with me. And obviously just check in there, there's other sort of free resources available that you might want to check in with, that I kind of put out into the world just to help navigate all of us on our journey. So guys, very powerful time of transition. It does result in a healing for you guys at a very profound level, and so many new opportunities here, even if it's been quite tough to have to process this experience. So much love to you guys, so much love. Welcome to reading number 4. We have the rune of ice. Very interesting, given that we are in the energy of the East, which is all about new beginnings. This rune is suggesting that maybe something isn't actually moving forwards as you would like it to. There is purpose to this. It can also suggest that sort of circumstances are happening around you. They are out of your control. You are helpless to do anything about them. And so, in a way, trying to push something forwards isn't really going to work. It's got that flavour that says don't try to force something. It is better to step back and allow something to unfold and emerge before you are able to take action and move something forwards. And interestingly enough, this beautiful energy of the eagle, the ability to fly high, to soar, to see the bigger picture. I can see why this rune is sitting in this position. Being able to see clearly before you take action. Sometimes when things are happening to us, we need to be able to stand back and gain that broader vision before we actually decide to take something and move it forwards. King of Swords, yes, you are asked to evaluate here. There's something you are needing to evaluate, to see clearly before you actually move it forwards. What I am hearing is you will be able to move forwards. There is the possibility of that. It's just that right now it is feeling as though things are happening that are out of your control. Again, a card of judgment, a card of evaluation. Information is coming to you. That's what I'm really hearing. At the moment, it's feeling like everything is happening to you rather than, and that you're helpless to be able to do anything about it. the reason that stuff is going on around you is that you are needing to evaluate. It's like you haven't yet got all of the information you need in order to process your circumstances and make what I would call really clear, enlightened, you know, that lovely energy of the East, enlightened choices. You are needing to just sit and wait with this. Everything that comes to you and more information is coming your way. Indeed, that's what I'm really seeing, that information is coming to you, and the purpose of that is so that you can evaluate. Some of you may even feel as though at the moment you are being judged, and you are asked, you know, even if you're in that situation where people are judging you, we can really feel hurt and damaged by that. But the reality is, if someone is judging you, that's quite good information about the kind of person that they are. So please tune in with that and listen to it. Some of you are needing to make some quite crystal clear decisions about maybe cutting some cords. There's some energy of that around here. But one way or the other, you are needing to evaluate, critique rather than critic. If you are being judged, even that, as I said, good information. It tells you a lot about the people that are judging you. In which case, how much do you want to hang out with them, really? Literally. So evaluate. More information is coming to you. There's purpose to this period of time, although it can feel tough when things don't feel as though they're moving forwards. But whatever's, I'm going to say, on the cards for you guys, you need more information before you are able to see the bigger picture and therefore make decisions accordingly. Gemini, I think, and then solar eclipse. Just make sure we can get all these cards in, move everything along a tiny bit. We have Gemini, I think. Again, you are needing to evaluate. Really, you're needing to gain clarity, to see things as they are. Really allow yourself to hold that position of balance, of evaluation. Don't allow yourself to be knocked off balance by what's going on. Use the circumstances to literally fill you in, give you the bigger picture. Process this, think about it. Solar eclipse, revolution. Changes are coming, and I think changes are necessary, is what I'm hearing, and I think you know that changes are necessary. It's just you're not quite sure which way to move, which way to turn at the moment. This reading is asking you to trust. More information is coming your way. You will be able to see clearly, you will be able to think clearly, and it will cause the necessary revolution, evolution that is needed. I always think of revolution as being condensed evolution. You know, when we suppress anything, whether it's sort of, a vast number of people culturally or socially, or we suppress something in ourselves, sooner or later it builds up and it pops, Revolution is condensed evolution. We're designed to flow. We're designed to grow. We're designed to always be evolving. If we resist evolution, something stacks up, and then it has to move forwards. You're in that sort of space where it feels a little bit like it's stacking up, but actually there's purpose. The stuff that's going on is bringing information to your awareness that you need in order to make appropriate decisions to move yourself forward. So guys, so much love to you. Don't forget to press the subscribe button if you'd like notifications of any of the readings, and also of course to be in the running for a free private reading with me. If you check out the information box below, you can find out how to do that. So much love to you guys, so much love.